Good evening, you're welcome to Fliptv News. I am Christian Chuku. Let's take a look at the top headlines. Insecurity may tear Nigeria apart. That's from Bajabiamila. Police arrest Kano ex anti-corruption boss. Lamentations as bandits kill 25 in Kaduna. And Abba cocaine deal court refuse Abba bail. The Boko Haram war, army officer kills self with AK-47. Ajaokuta still consultant to get 853 million naira. Music executive declares war on traffic robbers in Lagos. Now to football. Super football agent Mino Raiola not dead, as according to reports. Let's take a look at the news in detail. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has stated that the current security challenges in Nigeria are a threat to the foundations of the country's nationhood. Gbajabiamila, however, noted that the Nigerian government has responded to the challenges by taking certain measures such as increasing funding for the police and the military and recruiting personnel for security agencies, amongst others. The Speaker said this in a paper he delivered at the School of Oriental Studies, London, on Wednesday, which was titled "Democracy in Challenging Times: The Role of African Parliaments in Safeguarding and Delivering on the Dividends of Democracy," as part of his ongoing official visit to the United Kingdom. A statement issued on Thursday by the Special Advisor to the Speaker on Media and Publicity, Larry Lasisi, titled "Insecurity Threatens Nigeria's Foundations of Nationhood." Gbajabiamila says African parliaments working together through COSAP quoted Gbajabiamila to have pointed out that the most pressing of these challenges today is the national security crisis that threatens the foundation of our nationhood and portends great danger for Africa and the world if it persists. He, however, pointed out that building resilient institutions that can withstand uncertainty as the way forward, while saying Nigeria owes her teeming youth protection so they can show the world that they can do better. On police arresting ex-anti-corruption boss, police have arrested the embattled former chairman of the Kano State Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission, Huyi Rimingado, in Abuja. Rimingado was arrested at the Sokoto Governor's Lodge in Abuja, where he went for screening as a Kano governorship aspirant of the People's Democratic Party. Confirming the arrest, the police public relations officer, Kano Command SP Abdullahi Haruna, said, "Yes, it's true that Muhuyi was arrested at the Sokoto Governor's Lodge in Abuja. It was gathered that the cops whisked him away immediately after his screening and took him to the Federal Capital Territory Command. The police had on March 28, 2022 laid siege to Rimingado's residence in Kano but failed to arrest him." Now on the bandits, the Southern Kaduna People's Union has decried the worsening insecurity across the southern part of Kaduna State. The umbrella body of the Southern Kaduna people described as horrendous the attacks being perpetrated by suspected herdsmen on some villages in the Chawai chiefdom in the Kauru local government area of the state. The president of the body, Jonathan Asake, lamented the situation in his report while addressing a press conference in Kaduna on Thursday. Heavily armed suspected Fulani militia on Monday, April 25th, 2022 raided some communities in Kamaru ward, Chawai chiefdom of Kauru local government area, killing no fewer than 25 persons, including a 102-year-old native of the area. According to Asake, the attackers operated for over 3 hours unhindered, killing, maiming and destroying properties, adding that the continued deteriorating situation in the state is worrisome. He continued that about 200,000 persons are displaced, while 148 communities have been taken over by the terrorists with no assistance from the government, adding that with the current increasing wave of insecurity in the southern part of the state, it was clear that the state was under siege by a combination of killer Fulani herdsmen, kidnappers, bandits and other criminal groups. He also gave the government of the day a vote of no confidence, while lamenting that a day hardly go by without these attacks. There is no single day that passes without an ugly incident of attacks and massacre in rural communities or mass abductions of people in both rural communities and suburbs of urban areas. These ceaseless attacks have continued to live in their tales of massacre, maiming, destruction of property and crops, raping of women, and mass displacement of persons from their homes. Now, on Abba Kyari, the Federal High Court in Abuja has dismissed a bail application filed by an Assistant Superintendent of Police, Bawa James, who is a co-defendant in the drug trafficking case preferred against suspended DCP Abba Kyari and others. In a ruling, Justice Emeka Nwite holds that the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has succeeded in proving its argument beyond doubt why the court should not admit Mr. James to a bail. Justice Nwite further aligned with the argument of the counsel for NDLEA, Joseph Sunday, that James is a flight risk and that he might jump bail. The judge added that Mr. James had failed to bring up strong evidence to challenge the NDLEA's submission that the character of evidence against him is very serious. The court has also given the NDLEA to go ahead to review the facts of the case. On an army officer killing himself, a frontline soldier fighting the Boko Haram and Islamic State in West Africa province at Gaidam community in Yobe State has committed suicide. The personnel named Lance Corporal Abdullahi Jibrin was allegedly fingered during the attacks in Gaidam and was later arrested around the Gashua axis. The Assistant Director, Army Public Relations Sector, took Operation Hadin Kai in Damaturu. Lieutenant Anyanwu Kennedy confirmed the incident to the press. He said Lance Corporal Abdullahi Jibrin was allegedly fingered during the last week attack in Gaidam and was later arrested by his commanding officer for failing out of duty. He later struggled and forcefully used an AK-47 rifle to kill himself. A committee has been set up by the army to investigate the root cause of his death before making it public. Gaidam, a distance of 107 kilometers away from Damaturu, the state capital, was attacked last week, which resulted in the death of 9 persons. Now to business. On the Ajaokta Steel Consultancy, the Federal Executive Council on Wednesday approved the engagement of transactions advisors for consultancy services for the concession of the Ajaokta Steel Company Limited and the National Iron Ore Mining Complex in Itakwe, Kogi State. The Federal Executive Council also approved contracts worth 10.48 billion naira and $27.09 million respectively for the Federal Ministry of Power for the purchase of several transmission equipment to stabilize power supply nationwide. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, disclosed this to State House correspondents shortly after Wednesday's hybrid Federal Executive meeting presided over by the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, at the Council Chambers of the State House, Abuja. Mohammed, who spoke on behalf of the Minister of Mines and Steel, Olamilekan Adegbite, said the move breathed an air of hope into the long-abandoned piece of infrastructure. He said Council approved the engagement of transaction advisors for consultancy services for the concession of Ajaokta Steel Company Limited and also the National Iron Ore Mining Complex in Itakwe in favor of CPCS Transform Consortium in the sum of 853,266,644 naira, inclusive of 7.5% value added tax. I am sure we are all familiar with the history of the Ajaokta Steel Complex. The contract was awarded in 1979 to a Russian company called TPE. By the end of 1983, the contract had reached an advanced stage. Regrettably, since then it has been suffering. By 1994, TPE demobilized from the site and in 1996 the contract was determined. Now to music and entertainment. Nigerian music executive Soso Soberekon has lamented the spate of traffic robberies in Lagos State. On Wednesdays, the White Lion Group boss posted a video of his damaged car on his Instagram page and demanded action from the state governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, to curb the menace. At Jide Sanwo-Olu on Twitter, the traffic robberies in Lagos are getting too much. Do something as soon as possible, he wrote from Lekki Expressway, Freedom Way, Ojota, Oshodi, nowhere is safe. Showing shards of broken glass in the car seat, the former manager of 5-Star Music declared war on unexplainable people walking around in traffic. See my car, traffic robbers. I'm declaring war. All those unexplainable people around traffic. I don't care who you are, either beggar or any age. This is what you guys did to me yesterday. Messed up my car. Traffic robbers. While in sports, reports that football super agent Mino Raiola has died is a fake news. His agencies told the world press on Thursday after Italian media widely claimed that he had passed away at age 54. When asked by journalists whether the reports were true, Raiola's agency said Mino is not dead. The stories are fake news. The agency would not reveal Raiola's whereabouts nor whether he was sick. Raiola, whose clients include World Cup winner Paul Pogba, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and one of the world's hottest new properties, Borussia Dortmund forward Erling Braut Haaland, is one of the sport's biggest agents and most controversial characters. He has been accused of inflating player salaries to unsustainable levels and has been embroiled in controversy over commissions made on transfer. In October 2016, former Juventus general manager Giuseppe Marotta said that Raiola earned 27 million euros from the sale of France international Pogba from Juventus to Manchester United that summer. Now we've come to the end of Flip TV News. Thanks to my producer Odu Black. Thanks for watching. Also, bye for now.